I'm Snoop Dogg, and I'm giving up smoke. I know what you're thinking. Snoop, smoke is kind of your whole thing. But I'm done with it. I'm done with the coughing and my clothes smelling all funky. I'm going smokeless. Solo stove, fixed fire. They took out the smoke. Now you can have a nice blaze without any clouds ruining your day. Go smokeless. Go to solostove.com. Tell them Big Snoop Dogg sent you.
Walk the dogs, school drop-off, meetings from 10 to 3, take kids to soccer, then no time left for a jog.
When everyone else is relying on you, it's easy to put your needs last. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online, so you can show up for yourself the way you do for others. Visit BetterHelp.com/positive to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/positive.
Feel good because Max, who has a sense of humor of a pie.
Who threw those pies? Who threw those pies?
Oh, I threw the pies.
Either I'm losing it, my grasp on humor. I mean, I don't know, man.
Jeff Lutz.
Just be honest. The Downtown Athletic Club has no idea what you're doing. They don't know you exist.
Hey, listen. There's a phone call for you.
97.5 and 1240 KFH.
No logic, no reason, no explanation. Just a prolonged nightmare.
Are you ready? Let's go!
Welcome back, everyone. It is hour number 2, the Bob and Jeff Show, KFH Radio. Bob Lutz, Jeff Lutz co-hosting, Max Power producing and engineering, 869-1240. That's the IHOP hotline. We do have a game, but I enjoyed that trip down memory lane with Paul Cowsill from the Cowsills, looking up their Happy Together tour, which unfortunately doesn't come anywhere close. But you looked up the Hippie Fest tour.
Yeah, 2007.
Which was in Wichita and did involve Badfinger and the Zombie. Oh, my God. One of the best nights of my life. What are you What are you chuckling about?
Just funny.
Why is that
10 minutes
funny?
ago you couldn't remember who was there, and
What do you mean I couldn't remember?
I don't remember who was there. I don't remember the name of the tour.
Mountain, the Turtles, the Zombies, Badfinger.
You didn't say Badfinger.
I forgot they were there. All right, let's go, Max. It is
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
time to play the game here on KFH. What do you have?
Oh, you're gonna hate this. I'm just gonna ask you questions. I don't really know how to put it. There's this guy. He's the TikTok, Facebook Reels.
I don't do TikTok.
Guy. He goes around asking questions.
I don't do Facebook Reels.
About sports teams and their jerseys and their logos and stuff like that. So I'll start with this one. Can you name all the? Just try. You know, you're not going to name all of them, probably. Try to name all the sports teams in the Big Four sports whose names don't end in S.
What? Are you out of your mind?
Well, what do you got?
Minnesota Wild.
Yeah, that's the first one you give.
There's
a couple baseball teams.
There are a couple baseball teams?
Yeah. It sounds like an S, but it isn't.
Well, I'm going through everything, and can't come up with a baseball team. Hold on.
They're both in the American League
and the Red Sox.
Yeah, you got 4 NBA teams.
4 NBA teams.
Yeah.
The Thunder.
Yes. What's the opposite of Thunder?
The Lightning.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
NHL.
Tough to think of all these. Yeah, it's a little tough.
3 more NBA. Can you get those?
Well, I'm trying to think of them.
2 of them are in the same state.
I'm trying to think of them. Do you understand that? The Jazz.
Yeah.
And then same state?
Yeah.
The Heat and the Magic.
There you go. Do you want to try for any of the 2 other NHL teams?
No.
The Seattle
Kraken
and the Colorado
Avalanche.
That's correct. Why don't you try to name all the teams that have green in their logo?
Green in their logo.
Yeah.
Celtics.
Yes.
Celtics.
2 other NBA teams that you don't really think of. Kind of green. One of them you do, but the other one not really.
Kind of green.
There's also
no, not them. Give me a hint.
they won a championship recently.
Well, I don't know who that would be.
Who won the championship 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
Lakers.
No, after that.
Give me a hint.
There's a Wichita coaching them.
Oh, the Bucks have some green.
Yeah, they have a lot of green.
Who's the other green?
In the NBA, we've talked about them. Number 1 seed in the West.
Really?
Yeah.
The Timberwolves have green?
They have a little green.
Would have never thought so. Green in baseball. Is there a team?
Yeah. Used to have their jersey sitting down here.
Huh?
Used to have their green jersey sitting down here.
Oh, the Oakland A's.
Yeah, there's 3 NFL teams that you should get.
Green Bay.
Yes.
Seattle.
Yeah, 2 other NFL teams. I guess there's 4.
Green Bay, Seattle. Green in the uniform. Give me a hint.
They also recently won a Super Bowl. They were in the Super Bowl.
Huh?
They were in the Super Bowl last year.
Really?
Yeah.
That was the Philadelphia Eagles. And the last green team in the NFL would be, I don't have a clue.
I used to have their jacket.
Jets.
Yeah.
Should have known that.
They also got the Mariners have a little green. The Dallas Stars.
Nah, I wouldn't have known the Mariners. The Mariners don't have green.
The Blackhawks have some.
No, the Blackhawks don't have
One of the
any.
feathers.
Nope.
It's green. Minnesota Wild. Where do I go next?
These games are getting worse and worse. Seriously, why don't you do what Jamin does?
What does Jamin do?
Jamin had the best game.
Takes my games.
Yeah,
that I
go
came
back,
up
then
with.
come back to them. Jamin, every time he had a game, I look forward to it. He put some thought into it. It was fun to play those games.
I want to know the sports teams that are named after states, not cities.
Named after states?
Yeah, not cities.
The Houston Texans.
That's a city. Houston's a city. But I get what you're saying.
The Texans.
Fine. We'll count them, whatever.
The Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
The New York Knicks.
Okay.
Yeah.
City, but all right.
Well, listen, you gave it to me.
Well, I'll give it
the
to you.
Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah.
The Indiana Pacers.
Yeah.
Such fake adulation.
No, it isn't.
That's completely.
I wish.
It's so fake.
It's not, but it's whatever. You just said the Minnesota who?
The Minnesota Twins.
Yeah.
The Minnesota Wild.
Yeah.
And the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
They're all about their state.
They do all Minnesota.
Which I admire. Others would be the Tennessee Titans.
Yes.
The Carolina Panthers.
I'm not giving that to you.
Well, of course you are.
Carolina's not a state.
It's the name for the state, North Carolina.
What if it's named for South Carolina?
No, it's not. They're in North Carolina.
I understand
Well,
that.
I get that one.
But they represent both Carolina.
The Florida Panthers.
Yes.
In the NHL.
Yes.
The who else would we?
There's one with one state with 2 right next to us.
Oh, the Colorado Rockies and the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah, that's right.
That's about it.
The Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, the Arizona Cardinals and the Arizona Diamondbacks.
The New Jersey
Devils.
Yeah, the Texas Rangers. Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona Coyotes. Do you enjoy this?
No, it's the Phoenix Coyotes.
They're the Arizona Coyotes.
No, they're not.
Some of these would be hilarious to try to get you to. All right.
Well, what?
Here's one that's hilarious. Name the sports teams that have a human face in their logo.
No clue.
Try to name one.
No clue. The I don't have a clue
There's
on this.
no baseball teams. There's one hockey team. There's one NBA team, and the rest are NFL teams that have human faces in their logos.
Well, I don't know. I just simply.
What teams are named after humans?
I have no idea. Give me a hint.
People. What teams are named after people?
Well, I don't know. Give me. I mean, what? You're not giving me anything.
Well,
You're not giving me anything.
who pillages?
The Celtics have a human face.
They do.
The Blackhawks have a human.
Yes, they do. What about the NFL? 4 of them.
The NFL is. Let's see here. Give me a hint.
Pillage. They pillage.
I don't know who that is.
Who pillages?
I don't know who. Give me a hint.
Scandinavia.
Oh, the Buccaneers
And the Raiders.
and the Raiders.
Who's Scandinavian?
I don't know.
The Vikings.
Oh yeah, I didn't know they had a human face in their logo.
Yeah, and Max's team.
The Patriots?
Yeah.
Well, that makes
Patriot
sense.
Fall or whatever they call them. Patriot.
That makes some sense,
Fall?
I guess. But this is not an entertaining game,
You
and
don't like it?
nobody would. Next, what's the game you played with Jamin? The tried and true.
Who am I?
Yeah,
You like that?
I love that. Come here with that next week.
How about the NBA teams that don't have a basketball in their
No,
logo?
I don't care.
Just try to name
I don't
one.
care.
Name
I'm
one.
done.
Name one NBA team
No.
that doesn't have a basketball in their logo.
The Thunder,
No, they do.
the Knicks,
They do.
the Heat,
Absolutely do.
the Carolina, the Charlotte Hornets.
They have one.
No, they don't.
The Hornet has a ball.
No, they don't. The Pacers, Pistons.
It's a circle with a basketball in it.
Well, there's no creativity.
A lot of teams have balls in their logos.
There's no creativity in that. All right.
What about the Hawks?
No, I don't care about that.
They don't have a basketball. How about the 2 NFL teams with a football in their primary logo?
Don't know.
Jets and the Buccaneers.
There you go. The Buccaneers.
What a game.
I don't know if that was a good game or not. I really
Well,
don't.
I left off some that you would have just hated.
Like what?
Let's see. The bird is their logo.
Cardinals.
Yeah.
Hawks.
Yeah.
Ravens.
Yes.
Blue Jays.
Yes.
Well,
What about the other baseball team?
give me a second, would you?
Yeah.
The other baseball team?
Yeah, they're in
What
the
division?
same division as the Blue Jays.
Oh, yeah, the Orioles. So there you
I
go.
like this one. Falcons, Seahawks.
Falcons, Seahawks.
The 2 Cardinals, the Penguins, the Pelicans, the Anaheim Ducks.
Yeah, there you go.
It's fun.
I'm Snoop Dogg, and I'm giving up smoke. I know what you're thinking. Snoop, smoke is kind of your whole thing. But I'm done with it. I'm done with the coughing and my clothes smelling all funky. I'm going smokeless. Solo Stove Fix 5. They took out the smoke. Now you can have a nice blaze without any clouds ruining your day. Go smokeless. Go to solostove.com. Tell them Big Snoop Dogg sent you.
Imagine you're looking at a balancing scale with everything you do for other people on one side and everything you do for yourself on the other side. If it isn't balanced, maybe it's time to spend a little more time on you. And therapy is a great place to start. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online who can help you find that balance and stick to it. Visit BetterHelp.com/positive to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/positive.
Let's face it, most people aren't making massive turkey feasts on the regular. And after 364 days of not thinking about it, it can be hard to get that bird just right. That's where Instacart, the holiday rescue app, comes in. From getting all the ingredients to prep a full seasonal spread to getting last-minute swaps in a turkey emergency, Instacart has everything a holiday host needs to save face and save dinner. And right now, if you download Instacart, you'll get free delivery on your first 3 orders and delivery in as fast as 1 hour. Offer valid for a limited time. $10 minimum per order. Additional terms apply.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
It's a good
Matt
song.
O'Brien joins us, the head men's basketball coach at Southwestern College down in Winfield, Kansas. Coach O'Brien, welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys having me this afternoon.
I understand from Jeff that you were recently on this show with him and Jason Duda, but I imagine this is another level when I'm hosting.
Yeah, I appreciate your appearance today, Bob. Thank you for showing up for me today. I'm honored.
Perfect answer. So you got a heck of a basketball team. You're undefeated. You're taking a little break here during the holiday. You don't play again until the 29th of this month, coming off a big win at Friends the other day. You have to feel pretty good about your team, I would imagine, Matt.
Yes, yeah, we feel really good being in this position. Going into Christmas break. It's been a tough road. We played a lot of really good teams. And we do, Bob, we do have some good players. We have a lot of local kids that are fun to coach, and our staff is really enjoying working with our guys this year.
So you score a bunch, but I always like to look at the outlier, which is your win a few days ago against Bethel, which was 71-58. I imagine they tried a lot defensively. What have teams tried to do defensively to slow you down? Because it hasn't been too successful in most of your games.
Yeah, well, recently, last 3 weeks, they're really focused in on Kevin Clark, who's one of the best scorers in the country and a really good three-point shooter, and they're really trying to take him away and be physical with him. And Kevin has bounced back with, as a great three-point shooter, really trying to get in the lane and shoot two-pointers, and he's been effective with that. And then the rest of our players have stepped it up. We've got a really good, well-balanced basketball team, and a lot of these teams that have tried to take Kevin away, other guys have had opportunities and have produced.
And I want to get Kevin Clark on this show sometimes and pay him his proper respect. We're talking with Matt O'Brien, the head men's coach at Southwestern. What a legacy he is building, and what a legacy he's going to leave behind. That's a local kid from Ark City, played at Cali Community College, has been a mainstay now for Southwestern. I'm almost eager to see, and I know you'll disagree with this, you want him to finish his senior year and see where he takes you, but I'm almost eager to see what he does beyond college. What do you expect from him the rest of the year and then beyond?
Yeah, you know, the thing about Kevin, he's all about the team, and he's dialed in for this year. And we have a few players on our team that have professional aspirations, and I think that they can play. Andrew O'Brien's also another 6'7". He's our 6'7" point guard who does a really nice job, and he'll have some interest at the pro level as well. But Kevin's dialed into this year, and then beyond that, I can't put anything past him. I would never count him out of anything. He has the mental toughness and the desire to get things done, and he has that winning DNA that starts with his family, with Todd Clark and Candy Clark, who've raised really two good sons, and he has that championship DNA and competitive DNA that it'll be exciting to watch what he does next after this.
He's got to be a pretty big deal in Cali County, right? High school star at Ark City, played junior college basketball there, comes over to Winfield, becomes a standout for your team. Like I said, the legacy of that kid is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is. And then, if you get a chance to watch him play, if the folks in Wichita drive down 45 minutes to Winfield to watch him play, I mean, he plays with a lot of energy and enthusiasm, and as our whole team does. and plays together for their team. So he's a really exciting player to watch, a very inspirational player. And the best thing about him is what a great teammate he is. He makes it really easy for me as the coach because he's all about the team and easy to coach and takes criticism well. So he makes it fun, and our fans do appreciate him.
So have you been able to build around him? Do you focus on recruiting when you're recruiting to find the type of players that will fit in well around him, or is that not a consideration? You just want the best players and feel like you can scheme either way?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question. This year in particular, we built around the players that we do have. We had a really strong nucleus of guys back with Kevin being an all-conference player and Andrew O'Brien being an all-conference player. We had Trey Abasolo back. We have 6 seniors this year who play quite a bit and have a lot of experience. So we were very picky in bringing in transfers, and we brought in some good ones. Mason Thiessen played at Emporia State for 4 years and is a grad transfer for us and does really well. And we brought in a couple of junior college transfers that shoot the ball well, which I think alleviates a little pressure because Kevin and Andrew draw a lot of attention, and we've been able to space the floor with some good shooting.
Talking Southwestern men's basketball with their head coach Matt O'Brien. So you did mention you have some Kansas kids on your roster. You have some kids from nearby neighboring states, and then you have some from faraway states. How do you go into recruiting every year? Do you have a mandate at all on how many local players you try to bring in versus out-of-state players? How does that work?
No, there's no mandate. We just really try to focus in on Kansas and then build out from there to Oklahoma and Texas. But we feel like there's really good coaching in the state of Kansas, really good fundamentally sound basketball players, and then we want the kids that we're recruiting to be around us a lot. We're not for everybody. We practice really, really hard every day. We spend a lot of time in the weight room. Our conditioning is hard. We play very, very physical on defense, and you have to be in great shape to play for us. So, we know we're not for everybody. We want our recruits to know us as much as possible, and Kansas, the kids locally, provides that opportunity for them to see us in practice, go to our games, and be around us to know how intense it is to play for Southwestern. When you play for Southwestern, you're playing for championships and you're playing in a lot of meaningful games. And there's, a certain type of kid that that want to be in those kind of situations. And we found that the local kids are our best bet. But we do branch out. I have an awesome staff of coaches. Coach McSorley is in his 5th year with me, and he does a really good job nationally looking for talent. And we brought some good ones in. We have a kid from New York from a junior college, and he's done really well for us. So we'll branch out across the country, but really like to focus here in locally with all the good talent we have here.
You obviously, you get into league play pretty quick. You're basically always playing league games, essentially. Is anything from the KCAC so far surprised you? Any of your opponents that gave you different looks or anything like that so far?
Well, we got 24 league games now, so it's a grind. It's really tough being in the KCAC. There's such good coaches. The coach at Friends is Coach McClintock's a very good coach. There's a lot of good. We know each other so well that it's a grind. The conference season is a grind, and we all know each other and have recruited a lot of the same kids, which makes for a lot of competitive games. But not too many surprises in our league this year. A lot of good basketball teams, and there'll be a lot of games that come down to the wire, just like our Friends game, which was very competitive on the road here.
Talking with Matt O'Brien, the head men's coach at Southwestern College. So you mentioned coming down, and you have a game on the 20th of January against Avila. Is that a pretty good team?
Well, we played Avila. We fortunately played Avila once already at their place and did quite well. But that 20th, I'm glad you mentioned that game. We're going to celebrate the Stewart Fieldhouse. It's its 100th birthday this year. It's going to be a big celebration for the Fieldhouse. So hopefully we'll have folks from Wichita come down and help us celebrate, the oldest gym west of the Mississippi here in the United States in Winfield, Kansas. It's a national sports landmark, and we're going to celebrate its birthday on January 20th. So we're really excited to have folks come down and
I'm going to plan to come down for that.
Thank you. We'd love to have you.
Yeah.
We have made a few changes, and we're excited to celebrate such a great place.
And before we let you go, I wanted to ask you about Winfield because it's near and dear to me. I was born there, and my family has a lot of roots in Winfield, and we love that community. Just tell us about living in Winfield. What are the best things about living in that small Kansas town?
I love Winfield. This is my 15th year here. This is home. This is a great place to raise a family. There's awesome people here. Obviously, I love Southwestern College, and I think that it shapes the culture of our town. And we've got really good folks that work here at the college, and it's been here for over 100 years. But our community is a great community that's very welcoming. And then we also got some good places to eat. When you come down here, we got Shindigs is a good place to eat. We've also got some other good restaurants. We have in the park, the island. We've got some of the best Christmas lights around in the state of Kansas that you can come and see. I'm really proud to be from Winfield and love that I get to coach at Southwestern College.
All right, Matt, we appreciate it. Really enjoyed talking Mound Builders basketball with you. Best of luck. Again, the Southwestern doesn't play again until the 29th of December. They're 11-0 and off to a tremendous start. Matt, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. We'll see you in the field house in January.
Okay. Now I got to do that, don't I?
Yes.
Well, it appeals to me.
Well, then go.
My wife would love it. I haven't been in that field house in a long time.
Yeah, I get it.
Once played there.
Really?
As a sophomore in high school. And, of course, had a fantastic game.
Yeah, 17 for 17.
Well, no, that was in practice.
Yeah, I've practiced.
Oh, it was. Why do you want to deny that?
I don't know. I'm sure it happened.
Well, I had none other than my junior high coach on to verify it. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Paul Evans.
Not junior high.
Yeah, it was junior high.
That was junior year of high school.
No.
Really?
It was junior high, ninth grade.
Big deal.
What do you mean, big deal?
I thought it was in high school.
Maybe it was. Now I'm having trouble. Now you got me thinking. Pretty sure it was ninth grade.
That's how I usually understood it.
And in those days, ninth grade was junior high.
Okay.
Not high school.
I remember.
But the game I had, the good game I had in Winfield was my sophomore year of high school.
Can you believe I'm so old that 6th grade was elementary school when I was coming up?
I don't care about any of that.
You don't?
No.
That's a long time ago, man.
I was talking about me.
Well, I'm talking about me now.
So the Royals announced that I guess they haven't announced it. It's been reported that Seth Lugo, right-handed starting pitcher, has inked a 3-year, $45 million deal with the Royals. The last year is a team option. And they're also on the cusp of bringing in relief pitcher Chris Stratton, formerly of the Texas Rangers, and before that, the St. Louis Cardinals. So the Royals making some additions to their pitching staff.
They had to overpay Lugo to get him, obviously. I don't think
everybody overpays everybody in free agency.
But I'm just saying, I doubt he got any other $15 million a year offers.
Well, I don't care what you doubt.
We got Ben Lively for $750,000. I'd rather have him.
You'd rather have Ben Lively
that money than Seth Lugo.
What are you, an accountant all of a sudden?
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not. You don't care what your team spends. You want to win. If you're one of those people, let's watch what we.
But I know what we're gonna spend, and for what we have, I'd rather have Ben Lively.
You'd rather have Ben Lively.
Yes.
That's the deadest thing I've ever heard anybody say.
Our payroll is going to be $90 million. We want a fifth of that, sixth of that, tied up in Seth Lugo? No.
Well, but the Royals apparently want to win a little bit more.
Maybe so.
And, these are two good additions to their pitching staff. Their pitching was atrocious last year, both their bullpen and their rotation. They made a move now to address both, and we'll see what else they do. They bring in a guy like Michael Wacha, then you're starting to talk about a decent rotation in Kansas City.
It's okay.
That's what I just said.
Hittable, but okay.
Hittable for you? You couldn't hit me and
Except
miss.
Reagan's. Reagan's doesn't get hit.
Right. Reagan's.
Singer gets
Lugo.
hit. Luger.
Well, Singer may figure it out.
Maybe. Been waiting.
So the Royals are on the cusp of having a decent rotation. Not a championship rotation, but they're obviously trying to get better. And they understand that in Bobby Witt Jr. and potentially Vinny Pasquantino, they have two guys that can kind of nail down their offense for a while. So the key now is to try to add pieces around those guys.
I get it.
I applaud them.
Certainly commendable. Good job.
Well, I do. I applaud them.
Okay, good.
I don't applaud the Guardians. They haven't done anything.
You don't applaud us for getting Scott Barlow?
No, but Scott Barlow's fine, but you're going to
Former
lose
Royal.
Class A.
Maybe. I don't mind trading Class A. I think a closer is a luxury that not all teams necessarily need.
Well, you act like you're shopping in the. Think outside the box. Don't get sucked in by your team's financial woes.
Well, it's reality.
That's too bad.
And, it sounds like we're going to get some sort of resolution on, I don't want to go too far into the weeds, but the TV deal, the Valley.
Nobody's watching them.
Well, they need money from it. And if they're not on Bally, they get no money.
You're in desperate straits as a Cleveland Guardians fan.
Well, they dropped the World Series champion Rangers. Bally did. So it's...
You know who they haven't dropped?
Cardinals.
You know why?
Bally sucks.
They get
I
the
don't
most
know.
viewership.
I'm sure they get quite a lot.
You know why they get the
so do
most
the Guardians.
viewership? You know why the Cardinals get the most viewership?
No.
Because people grew up watching them.
The Guardians get a lot of viewers,
to the
too.
Boomers. Boomers the theme of the show. There's
So-
many, many boomers out there who will tell you that they grew up at a time where the only access they had to a game was listening to the Cardinals on KMOX right out of St. Louis, Missouri.
How far east did that go?
Went forever.
It barely got to Wichita, so don't tell me it went forever.
No, we had great reception of KMOX.
No, we had to go out in your car and drive.
Yeah, that was later. I'm talking about it back in the 60s and 70s. Then we started getting so many bandwidths going out there that it was a little more difficult. But we had the Cardinals used to be on KFH here in Wichita. I've tried to talk Tony Dusing into dumping the Royals and bringing the Cardinals back. Then you could also listen during the daytime. You couldn't get KSOK out of Arkansas City at night, but you could get it pretty clearly in the daytime. And I listened to a lot of games on.
They put the Cardinals games on Ark City radio?
Darn right. They also had them in Ponca City. Cardinals were a regional team. You understand what I'm saying?
They're not really anymore.
Yeah, they are. They are.
No, I saw a thing today where the most popular team in Kansas is the Royals, and it was only Missouri for the Cardinals.
Well, Missouri.
The Iowa's the Cubs. And
Well, yeah, and you get into Illinois, but if you get into certain parts of Illinois, the Cardinals are the team.
There's two regional teams in baseball, the Red Sox and the Braves. That's it.
Well, I disagree with you.
Who else?
Cardinals.
I don't think so. Too many.
Cardinals have fans all over Kansas.
I'm not saying that. Of course they do.
They have fans all over Iowa, all over Illinois, all over the great state of Indiana, all over the great state of Oklahoma. They got fans everywhere you look.
Yeah,
Why do you think they draw close to 4 million a year? Why do you think that?
I don't know.
You think
I can't figure that
they're
out.
Coming from St. Louis?
Because of they put on dumb red jackets at the beginning of the year and sell
You're
people
so jealous.
and sell people on this some fake form of nostalgia or something.
Oh
that
my
just doesn't make
God.
any sense. We're gonna drive.
Opening day in St. Louis is one of the great baseball hallmarks that exist.
We're gonna drive our old guys around
in
in cars.
Cleveland, what they do on opening day is they check to see that the concrete's not breaking up.
Well, it probably is.
I mean, you got nothing there, nostalgia-wise.
Well,
You
we
can't
d-
bring back a championship team because you don't have any championships.
It's too bad, isn't it? We have 1, 2, 75 years ago.
Yeah, there's nobody coming back from that.
You don't think? What if they have any living members? I'm sure they have one.
The Cardinals bring back players all the time.
Now I'm going to have to look.
They have a Hall of Fame that's meaningful. That's just the way it is.
Well, good. You can hang your hat on that.
I don't hang anything on anything. I just enjoy the experience of being a St. Louis Cardinals fan. And even last year, as miserable as it was, hadn't affected me at all. I'm right there with them.
Yeah, I don't know if any of our 48 guys are still living.
Of course they're not.
Well, what about Ray Boone? Is he still living?
Ray Boone's been dead for 40 years. I mean, it's ridiculous.
They'd be in their mid-90s.
Right.
The young guys. Al Rosen died shortly after. Larry, I mean, nobody. There's nobody.
Well, I could have told you that.
What about Joe Tipton? He'd be 101, but he's deceased.
All right. You know, when you're coming off COVID, 2-hour radio show is a test for an older gentleman.
I get it. Are you still battling?
I did a heck of a job.
You still battling?
I'm battling a cough and some congestion. Otherwise, I feel like $1 million.
Good. I get it. I still have drainage.
I would never use the word drainage to describe anything that I felt.
You don't feel that in the back of your throat?
I don't drain.
Yeah, you do.
No. It just seeps out.
Part of your brain coming down.
We'll be back here tomorrow. Hope you are as well. Have a good night.
I'm Snoop Dogg, and I'm giving up smoke. I know what you're thinking. Snoop, smoke is kind of your whole thing. But I'm done with it. I'm done with the coughing and my clothes smelling all funky. I'm going smokeless. Solo stove, fixed fire. They took out the smoke. Now you can have a nice blaze without any clouds ruining your day. Go smokeless. Go to solostove.com. Tell them Big Snoop Dogg sent you.
When things feel a bit chaotic, Instacart helps deliver milk and sausage. Add a little life to your cart. Get stuff from literally all your stores, from baby wipes to albacore. Add a little life to your cart. Instacart helps get your groceries. Your first 3 deliveries are free.
Download Instacart. Add life to cart. Terms apply.
Walk the dogs, school drop-off, meetings from 10 to 3, take kids to soccer, then no time left for a jog.
When everyone else is relying on you, it's easy to put your needs last. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online, so you can show up for yourself the way you do for others. Visit BetterHelp.com/positive to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/positive.
Ah, the satisfying sounds of more sales in your business. And from the sound of it, your business is growing. But you shouldn't have to pay more to scale your business. With Stamps.com, you can import orders from wherever you sell online, find the lowest rates with the fastest delivery times, and instantly deliver tracking updates to your customers and stock up on supplies. Get started at Stamps.com today with code PROGRAM for a 4-week trial, free postage, and a digital scale.